every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello, thank you for joining us on CoreTV Primetime News. Hi, I'm Frank Homalape. Our top stories. Borno State Deputy Governor Umaru Mustafa passes on as President Muhammadu Buhari condoles with the family. Also in this program, sacked local government council workers sued Governor Simon Lalong over dissolution of local council. And Taraba State Governor Darius Dixon Ishaka commissioned 400 kilowatts of hydropower project in Mambila Plateau. Outside Nigeria, the Chinese authorities have ordered the evacuation of residents within a 3-kilometer radius of the Tianjin blast site over fears of chemical contamination. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll begin on a sad note with the death of Deputy Governor of Borno State, Zana Umaru Mustafa, which has been announced to have died. A statement by the Secretary to the Borno State Government, Alhaji Usman Shua, on Saturday added that the deceased was scheduled to visit Borno State indigents who are quartered in the eternally displaced persons camps in Yola. The late Deputy Governor died in his sleep this morning in Yola, in Adamawa State, where he was to represent Borno State Government at the convocation ceremony of Modibo at Dama University of Science and Technology, Yola. He was also scheduled to follow up on his earlier visit to Yola in connection with the welfare of Borno State citizens internally displaced as a result of the Boko Haram insurgency. Kashim Shettima, the governor of Borno State, has expressed his heartfelt condolence to the family of the deputy governor and the entire people of Borno State for the irreparable loss and appeal for prayers for the repose of the soul of the late deputy governor. And now, meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday said he received with shock and immense sadness news of the death of the Deputy Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Zana Mustafa, according to a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina. The President extended condolences to the deceased family and friends on behalf of himself and the federal government. Adesina said the President also commiserated with Governor Kashim Shettima and all the people of the state on the loss of Zana, who died on an official assignment in Yola, Adamawa State. President Buhari joins Governor Shettima, members of Alhaji Zana's family, his friends, political associates, colleagues in the Borno State government, constituents and supporters in praying that Almighty Allah will receive his soul and grant his eternal rest. Also, the acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Prince Uche Secondus, has, on behalf of the National Executive Committee of the People's Democratic Party, condoles with the family, government and people of Borno State over the death of the Deputy Governor of the state, Alhaji Zana Umaru Mustafa. National Publicity Secretary of the party, Chief Police Ametu, in a statement in Abuja on Saturday, said the party was shocked by the sudden death of the Deputy Governor. Metu said the BDP commiserates with Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima, the Mustafa family, the people of Borno State, and the All Progressive Congress family for the loss, while praying God to grant the departed eternal rest. Also lending his voice is the state governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, on Saturday, also has expressed his pain over the passage of the deputy governor of Borno State, Zana Umaru Mustafa, describing the unfortunate incident as a tragic loss in a condolence message signed by his chief press secretary, Habib Haruna. Governor Ambode, who said he shares in the sorrow of his brother, Governor Alhaji Kashim Shettima, over the sad event, noted that the late Mustafa was a loyal, diligent, and dedicated deputy governor. Praying to Almighty God to grant the soul of the departed deputy governor peaceful repose, the governor, on behalf of the government and people of Lagos State, also pray that God abides with his family, the government, members of the All Progressive Congress, Nigeria, and the people of Borno State at this difficult time. Moving away from there now, the immediate past chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Atairu Jega, has been appointed as the pro-chancellor and chairman of Council for the Plateau State University, Bokos, with immediate effect by the state governor, Simon Lalong. The governor also approved the immediate reinstatement of Sheni, a professor, as the substantive vice chancellor. In the same vein, the governor reaffirmed the appointment of the pioneer and current chancellor of the university, the son of Ogbomosho land, Jimo Oladuni Oyewumi Ajegudade. These news appointments have been made with a view to addressing issues affecting the university, which has not graduated any students in its 9 years of existence, despite a yearly admission of new students. And now, Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje has urged the federal government to deploy more police personnel in the state, saying the status of Kano as a commercial nerve center and as the most populous state in the country makes the call imperative. He said this while receiving the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of logistics, Maman Safe, at Government House in Kano. Ganduje lamented that some states with lesser population had more police officers serving their residents. The governor noted that the state had fewer police officers than it required while it hosts a police college, adding that there was the need for at least 25% of the trainees from the college to be retained in the state, especially in view of the security challenges facing the region. And now, the Taraba State Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku has commissioned a 400 kilowatts of hydropower project in Mambela, Plateau. This is coming to you after the break.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and nudity.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to her husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Because some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man, you don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it's time to forgive me.
Please for Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
You've been watching CoreTV Primetime News. If you just joined us, a quick reminder of our top stories. Borno State Deputy Governor Umaru Mustafa passes on as President Muhammadu Buhari condoles with the family. Also sacked local government council workers sued Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State over dissolution of local councils. Also, Taraba State Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku commissioned 400 kilowatts of hydropower project in Mambila Plateau. All our top stories can be found on our social media platforms, facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can also follow at CoreTV News NG. For live streaming or other programs, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV. Leave a space, then news. And now Taraba State Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku has commissioned a 400 kilowatts of hydropower project in Mambila Plateau. The project, located in Kakara village on the Mambila, is to revive the Mambila Beverage Company and kickstart business activities in the area. A correspondent, Uduak Godwin, tells us more.
The rescue mission of Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku has begun in earnest as he is said to boost the economy of Taraba State by commissioning of the hydropower plant. Governor Ishaku, while commissioning the project, expressed it as a symbolic event for him as he nurtured the inception of the event when occupying an office in the Ministry of Power as the Minister of State in the last political dispensation. He described the project as a dream come true.
The project that I will be commissioning today is very dear to my heart in 3 ways. First, as I earlier mentioned, it is my maiden official commissioning project as the Executive Governor of Taraba State. It is a project that is facilitated while I was Minister of State for Power, and today I'm here to commission it as an Executive Governor of Taraba State. It is a project that is strategic to the rescue agenda, which I am the team leader to rescue my state.
Commending United Nations High Commission Refugee and United Nations Industrial Development Organization for their support and partnership for the realization of the 400 kilowatts hydropower plant, Governor Ishaku said the project is of great benefit to Tarabans as it will accelerate and sustain socio-economic activities. Representatives of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees and United Nations Industrial Development Organization, respectively in their different speech, said the scheme is a major source of employment for the community. They stressed that renewable energy has become a viable option for enhancing access to energy at most places through electrification, both in urban and rural areas, promoting productive uses and industrial application in energy-intensive industrial sectors, especially in small and medium entrepreneurs.
The scheme is a major source of employment for the entire community, including some 10,000 in Nigeria, whom UNHCR repatriated from Cameroon, who happen to be inhabitants of this area.
We are very pleased to be part of this historic event, which is the commissioning of the 400 kilowatt hydropower plant to provide electricity to the Highland Tea Factory and the surrounding villages.
The commissioning was graced by Emir of Mambila, Dr. Shehu Audu Baudu II, among other dignitaries. Uda Bongodwi, CoreTV News.
And now the last about the sacked officials of the local government councils in Plateau State is not yet laid to rest, as affected parties have sued Governor Simon Lalong over the dissolution of the local councils, which they have described as truncating process of democracy. The matter came up for hearing at the State High Court, Bukuru in Jos. The reports. Elected councillors from the dissolved local government administrations in Plateau State accused Governor Simon Lalong of truncating due process of democracy by dissolving the third tier of government. The initial court action preventing the governor from dissolving the local council was said to have been disregarded by Governor Lalong when he went ahead to dissolve the LG administration's chairman and their deputies. The aggrieved parties accused the governor of throwing them out of the office before the expiration of their tenure.
No. Now, that of the councillors they are coming in their own rights. The action before the Federal High Court affects only the local government chairman and the vice chairman. The action filed here is basically for the councillors who are not party to the action before the Federal High Court. And the action for the chairman here is not the same with the one at the Federal High Court, because this is actually challenging the action of the governor while a subsisting court order restraining the governor has already been made by the Federal High Court.
While the suit against Governor Lalong and his process lingers in court, the dismissed local lawmakers are praying the court to reinstate them to their elected offices and to restrain the governor from taking any action that will jeopardize their continued stay as councillors.
Basically, they are praying, one, that the court should set aside their dissolution. Two, the court should reinstate them back into their offices. And thirdly, a perpetual injunction restraining the government from taking any adverse action against them in respect to their offices. And fourthly, even to strike down the provisions of the Local Government Council laws of Plateau State 2007 that are inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, basically.
The matter was, however, adjourned to September 7, 2015 for hearing of the preliminary objection challenging the suit. Well, away from there now to take a look at Kwara story now. That appears to be tensions in Ganeki community in Ilori East local government of Kwara State over the real ownership of over 40 acres of land in the area. While the house owners in the area accused the mobile police of demolishing their structures without notice. The police, on the other hand, said the land has been purchased for the past 30 years and threatened to dislodge any intruder on the land. Our correspondent Rashid follows this development and finds in this report.
Earlier 7 in the morning, house owners in Ganeki community all trooped out to witness the expected demolition of their structures for the third day running. Though the police did not turn up, but the people lamented what they described as terrific sight of mobile policemen demolishing blocks they put on the lands to mark their portion of land. The house owners claimed they bought the lands from the community leaders, wondering how the police could just start the demolition without prior notice.
They came here that they want to use this land belongs to them. But the community, we bought this land from the Seriki family. And when we went to Seriki, they said, said they gave them some part of the land. Their land is not this place. And they came here on Monday, marking some houses, demolishing some buildings. They said they want to use this place for training school.
Reacting to the allegation, the state police spokesperson Ajayi Okesamin denied the demolition of any structure, but some blocks seen on the portion of the over 40 acres of land which he said the police has acquired for long. The plan to erect police housing estate on the land, he said, informed the need to visit and clear intruders.
As far as the issue of that land at Agariki in the Kulende area is concerned, I can tell you with every sense of responsibility that police owns about 44 acres of land in that area. And the police bought the land through the Kwara State government, and approval was given since 1982. As at yesterday, the Surveyor General of the state were on that land, and it was confirmed that that parcel of land belongs to the Nigerian Police Force. And I can assure that I can confirm to you that there was nobody's property that was demolished in that place. What happened was that we took graders there to level the place.
The Permanent Secretary, Kwara Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Abdullah Mustafa, confirmed that the government has truly given the portion of land to the police, warning the supposed landowners to avoid being duped.
All along, everything was given to the police. But the police now came that they are now, the portion given to them is not enough because they want to bring college, or what do they say they want? Housing estate for their people. The state have to concede it. You know, security is very key. That's why state want to concede it for them, since we know the importance of the police.
All said and done, It is hoped that the issue will be harmoniously resolved to guard against degenerating into crisis. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ilorin.
The National Hospital Abuja has carried out 6 open heart surgeries in recent times. The hospital management, which announced the fifth set operations, were carried out in conjunction with a non-governmental organization, Hospital for Humanity. The Chief Medical Director of the National Hospital, Dr. Jaffa Momo, says the entire patients are in good condition after surgery.
The National Hospital Abuja, Nigeria, has successfully carried out open heart surgery on 6 patients. As we speak, 1 is in theater being operated upon. The idea to recommence our open heart surgery program arose out of the necessity to assist many Nigerians who cannot afford to travel abroad for medical treatment.
The operation is successful. She's working now. She too can talk to you because she's very.
You've been watching the CoreTV Primetime News. We take another break now. We'll be back with more stories in sports and outside Nigeria. Stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, treasure looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I say to hell
on Core Digest.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we'll bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody have your right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
And outside Nigeria now, the Chinese authorities have ordered the evacuation of residents within a 3-kilometer radius of the Tianjin blast site over fears of chemical contamination. The order came after the wind apparently changed direction, prompting fears that toxic particles that would have previously been blown out to sea could be blown inland. Also, police confirmed the highly toxic chemical sodium, a white crystalline powder, which when inhaled can be rapidly fatal, was found near the site. According to Xinhua News Agency, a man was found alive 50 meters from the blast. 85 people are now known to have died in the giant blast in the northeast Chinese port on Wednesday. The chemical is mostly used in manufacturing, fumigation, and in mining industry to extract gold and silver. Now to business stories. And in business now, Nigeria faces loss of revenue running into billions of naira from now till 2016 as a result of the European Union's ban on the country's food exports, including beans, seeds, melon seed, dry fish, and meat, peanut chips, and palm oil. According to European Food Safety Authority, the rejected beans was found to contain between 0.03 milligram per kilogram to 4.6 milligram per kilogram of ditch lovers pesticide, more than the acceptable maximum residue limit of 0.01 milligram was there. Meanwhile, the President, Federation of Agricultural Commodity Association, Victor Yama, has said the body is looking into the banned items to find out the cause and see how the ban can be reversed. According to him, the country will suffer a huge loss in revenue between now and 2016 while the ban lasts. In 2014, 42 processed and semi-processed food items exported to the United Kingdom from Nigeria were rejected. The European Union Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed alleged discovery of excessive amount of chemical contaminant like aluminum phosphide and dischlorose in the food item, which included beans, melon seed, sweet potato, cashew nut, nutmeg, snail, soft drinks, and sesame seed. And now the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is of the opinion that unveiling of economic blueprint by the federal government will stem the tide of declining investor confidence in the economy. The Chamber stated this in a communique made available to newsmen, in which it noted that lack of clarity in the policy direction of the government was a major factor in investors' confidence level. The communique signed by the Director General LCCI, Moda Yusuf, stated the uncertainty that began in January this year seems to have lingered. The Council urges the Buhari administration to make clear pronouncements with respect to its fiscal policy, foreign exchange policy, tax policy, subsidy policy, trade policy, reform of oil and gas sector, both upstream and downstream sector, the power sector, the 2015 budget, the auto policy, and sectoral policies. And now the Nigerian Customs Service Federal Operation Unit Zone C on Saturday destroyed over 600 cartons of smuggled frozen turkey and chicken in Benin, Edo State. The NCA's controller of the zone, Victor Dimka, says in a statement that the items were seized on Friday, 14th of August 2015 along the Benin-Ikiadolo Road in Edo State. The duty paid value of the items are 5.76 million naira, and the items were destroyed at Custom House destruction site in compliance with federal government policy on importation of frozen products, chicken and turkey. And now to sports stories. Outgoing FIFA President Sepp Blatter has claimed UEFA President Michel Platini threatened his brother that the FIFA president would end up in jail unless he stepped down. Blatter was re-elected as FIFA president in May against a backdrop of FBI corruption indictment, then surprised the footballing world by announcing his resignation a few days later. A new FIFA election has been announced for February 2016, and former France international Platini has emerged as the front-runner to replace his Swiss counterpart. Blatter has alleged that Platini has been playing dirty behind the scenes by intimidating the FIFA chief's 80-year-old sibling Peter Blatter at the Electoral Congress 2 days before May's election. Platini has refused to comment on the allegations, although a source close to the UEFA head states that this fourth story is the latest in a series of attempts in Zurich to distract the world from the true problems FIFA is facing. And now Liverpool has rejected a bid from Roma to take central defender Mamadou Sakho on a season-long loan. The France international was left on the bench by Brendan Rodgers for the Reds' first game of the season against Stoke City, as Martin Skrtel and Dejan Lovren were partnered in defense. This comes after Lovren was given a number of opportunities to impress during pre-season, despite struggling following his arrival from Southampton in the summer of 2014. Despite this, Brendan Rodgers is not keen to let 25-year-old Sakho depart the club, though his defensive ranks have been bolstered over the summer with the signings of Nathaniel Klein and Joe Gomez, as well as Thiago Lloris's return from a loan spell at Bodas. Sakho has made just 32 Premier League starts in his 2 seasons at Anfield due to a number of injury issues, but has become something of a fan favourite due to the confidence that he has shown in possession following his move from Paris Saint-Germain. And our Barcelona defender Dani Alves is confident the Catalans can come back to beat Atletico Bilbao in the Supercopa de España after they were thrashed 4-0 by the Basque in the first leg on Friday. The Champions League winners considered the opener for Mikel San Jose's spectacular 45-yard effort after Marc-Andre mistake, with Aritz Aduriz compounding their misery when he struck home Athletics fourth from the spot after the referee awarded a penalty against Alves. The defeat comes just days after they scrapped to victory in the UEFA Super Cup, beating Sevilla 5-4 thanks to a late goal from Pedro. Alves and Luis Enrique's men must respond by giving a top account of themselves in front of their own fans during the return leg of the Super Cup Copa in order to have any hope of winning the trophy. You've been watching CoreTV Primetime News. Just before we go tonight to recap of our major headline. We told you that Borno State Deputy Governor Maru Mustafa passes on as President Muhammadu Buhari condoles with the family. We also brought to you that sacked local government council workers sued Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State over the dissolution of local councils. And Taraba State Governor Darius Dixon Ishaki commissioned 400 kilowatts of hydropower project in Mambila, Plateau State. Well, and that's it on CoreTV Primetime News tonight. Many thanks for watching. On behalf of the entire news crew, I am Frank Omalape. Have a good night rest.